if you'd like. Now, guys, I'm intending to crop this down a bit, so
Well, if you're going to crop it past that,
yeah,
color it in, paint it.
I wouldn't worry too much about that.
All right.
Okay, so I'll give you 5. Then, like I said, do you want us to ask any questions, or do you just want to kind of jump in yourself?
Well,
I'll let you jump in.
Whatever.
Here we go. 5.
About a year ago, I noticed that there was a call for nominations for faculty members that had shown really good thought process in creating innovations in teaching and retaining students from a technology perspective. And when I first came here to Northlake College about 9 years ago, I came over at the same time that another instructor came over from another college and had years of teaching experience as opposed to mine, which were limited at that point in time. And her name was Gemmy Allen. And as I began to start developing online classes about a year after I got here, there was very few people actually to go to ask how to do that. And she was always very generous with her time and very knowledgeable. And I discovered as I moved through time that both she and another one of our business instructors named Jim White always seemed to be kind of on the bleeding edge of the use of technology for use in the classroom and use for communications with students, and they were attuned to the business community. And one of the things that had happened is she had roped several of us in the business department into an idea that the college was toying with at the time in late 2000, I'd say 10, with creating a blog for several different programs to use as a way to reach out to their students and to be more in tune with the way that social media could be used in gravitating students to our programs, to keeping up with our graduates after they finished here. And the first person that jumped on that, which I found oftentimes, is Gemmy Allen. And she came to a group of us and said, would you be willing to have a blog if the school were to develop that? And so we went fairly long in that, but the school's priorities and budgets got constricted a little bit. So not to be deterred, she and Jim White decided to create their own blog as a way to be able to communicate with their students better in the manner that students are more used to doing now, for using Twitter and Facebook and all these other avenues that you have to be able to do to be able to make sure that you're moving with the way that technology is moving in terms of the way that students expect to be able to communicate with instructors, especially in the classroom or especially with online instruction. And basically they went out and created their own blog. They went out and found their own blog master. They created the blog. They started blogging, tweeting, and doing Facebook's posts and inviting people to come in and be guest bloggers. And it's made a difference with the style of teaching, and I think it's the future of what we'll be doing here at Northlake.
I think that's excellent.
That was very good.
Not yet.
Wait a minute.
5. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. So, can you hear it?
It's been in there every shoot I've done. It never
Has it?
come through.
And you haven't heard it?
I hear it when I'm doing it, but when it comes through, no, it's fine. You know I'm going to put music under it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's like the only thing I can hear.
That's part of when I put music under it. There's all kinds of little things. You just stand right there. Okay, let me give you 5. Here we go. 5.
The really neat thing about winning this particular award is it's a peer recognition award. Anytime that your peers, the people who really understand what you're doing, gather together and say, well, you're doing a great job. Or
sorry, I'm going to have to stop you. And it's because of mine and Lori's reflection in the back there.
Oh, you want me to move?
Oh.
Just take the picture down.
Do we have
that
a
you
picture
don't
without a, I want the picture, but do we have a picture without a plastic
cover on it.
cover on it?
Mm-hmm.
They all have the plastic.
Does that one over there?
Oh,
yeah.
Einstein. Oh, I love the idea.
Einstein, I don't know if it hangs low enough, but we can try it. Let me see. We might have to, like we did yesterday, hammer another hole and lower it.
Oh yeah, he looks like he's just.
Oh, you got a. Is it
Yeah,
a wire?
come
Is it a
behind
wire?
and get that wire. It's so tall.
Okay, we have a wire.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Is it straight?
In the frame, though.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta look
it's
in that
not.
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's not going to be down low enough?
Hold on, though.
Can you
Yeah,
lean
yeah.
it on, can you lean it on that ledge? For grand? Oh.
No, but you can put it on the table.
I just don't know how that's gonna look.
Let me
I
see.
can tell you.
If you guys would sit down.
You sit down, it might not be so bad.
It might not look so bad.
Well, you know what I'm saying, because right now it's just kind of leaning there.
No, I'm just gonna hammer another nail.
Yeah, it needs to be up a little higher. It's kind of looks like he's hanging on your shoulder.
That he's not really
Hey, there you
hanging.
go.
That he's propped.
No, I mean,
That's
like
great.
his chin literally is on your shoulder.
I've always been a big Einstein fan.
That's a great picture.
It is.
Did somebody paint it?
No, Elise found it like a drugstore or something.
Oh, just
You're
one of those
kidding.
art
Good grief.
things.
Yeah, she just saw it. And we were calling this the Einstein room, and she found that. We were like, yeah, that's
Yeah, I saw
perfect.
that Einstein room on the door.
This is we don't use this room very much. But we used to use this room all the time, and then we got to where got used to the table again. Sit at the table with the papers strewed everywhere.
These are kind of neat though. These little desky things.
Well, yeah,
That
you
should
can arrange
look
the
much
room
more
any way you
natural.
want.
Okay.
How's
Is
it?
it straight? Does it look straight in the picture?
Lori, I just want you to look at my jacket stuff here. Make sure I don't look like real big and fat or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, do I need to tuck anything in or any wrinklies or? I just hate that crap.
Yeah. Yeah, while you're at it, could you put a little hair back?
Little hair back.
Yeah, so we just kind of put those like that.
What do you
Does that
think?
look better?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
that'll work.
Now,
Of course, you
Jim
know
has
you
to
won't
do
like
this.
the way you look anyway, because you never
No,
do.
or the way I sound, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
help those things.
So back to where we were. I'll give it 5, 4.
The really neat thing about winning an award like this is that it's a peer recognition award. Anytime that the people who really understand what you do get together and tell you you're doing a great job, that's extra special. This award's meant a lot to me, and I'm sure to Jimmy too.
Yes, and it's kind of funny. There was a big gap really between us and our students as far as technology. And we try to read current events and share them with our students so that they will apply what we're learning in the classroom to real life. And we found that they weren't reading our emails. So we said, "What are you reading?" And they said, "Facebook." So Jim was on Facebook. I wasn't. And so I said, "Jim, we need to get a Facebook page." So I started a management page. And then I asked Jim to try to get his students to like the page.
That's right. She said, you've got to get the students on there. They've got to get on our page and like us. And I said, Jimmy, we have to teach them management. I don't care if they like us or not. And then she had to explain all of that to me. But we finally got going at Jimmy's, under Jimmy's direction. We finally got the Facebook page going, and it's done a really good job. Our students are on there. They really are.
And now we keep up with our students that we have in the current semester. We also are keeping up with students that we had in previous semesters that can make comments on the blog or Facebook. And so we feel like we're engaging our students and that they can communicate with us. And Jim has a LinkedIn page. I haven't gotten quite that far yet. I'm using Twitter. People are actually following us on that are business people. But tell them what we're using the LinkedIn for.
LinkedIn, I'm primarily using LinkedIn to teach my students how to do it. I'm not looking for a job, just in case, David, are you watching? I use my LinkedIn page to show it to the students and try and encourage them to start working right now on a LinkedIn page for when they get into the job market. Now you're on Twitter too, aren't you?
Yes, but also I'm going to be on LinkedIn because it's a way that we're going to give our students recommendations at the time that we know them, not 2 years or several years from now when they leave campus and we try to remember who they are. It's terrible. But yeah, and we're also Pinterest. And on Pinterest, we're doing infographics that put pictures to all of these things. We don't have that many pictures in management or business. We don't usually think of it that way, or marketing. But there are a lot of really good infographics out there, and we're pinning those right now.
Excellent.
You have any other questions?
Is there anything else you guys
You
want
want to say anything about Twitter?
Well, I said a little.
Okay.
Did I say enough?
I think you got, I mean, I got plenty to work with.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That
Yeah.
sounds
They
like we're not
highlighted on what you
idiots.
wanted to-
Say again?
I think they highlighted on everything you wanted to put
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to weed through it a little bit. But yeah, I think I got everything I need. I don't
Okay.
think I have anything.
in there. Yeah, because this is like a.
Okay.
We had an HR person from Enron. Exxon.
Enron's.
Enron.
It's already over. Get it. Just say we have an advisory committee.
We had an advisory committee member who was in human resources, and she sat in our advisory committee meeting and said, we hire everybody off of LinkedIn. We don't hire anyone without looking at their LinkedIn page.
Several companies actually told us that. They said we've made an investment in LinkedIn, and that's what we use to hire people.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
is.
so, now this is a question that is somewhat pertinent. At what point did it become obvious there was a gap between how you were handling students in the social media world? What were some of the clues that kind of said to you guys, we have to be doing these things, the LinkedIn, the Facebook, the Twitters?
We weren't communicating if we weren't in the classroom. We were trying to use email, and they didn't want to use the email the way that we had in the past. That wasn't what they checked first.
How long ago was that?
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
That you guys started doing it? So, and how do you see the difference? I mean, can you give examples of where you've seen now the communication is really helping their education?
I don't think we've been at it long enough to really get a measure, because we've been student learning outcomes and we've been trying to get ready for SACs.
But the engagement you feel to be much.
Oh, absolutely.
They comment on the Facebook
yes.
page. They comment on the blogs.
Yes.
We kind of get mixed up who's our students and who are the business people out there commenting, but we are getting those comments, and they're thoughtful comments.
Now that's interesting that you said you get business people and students. By doing this, do you think you're already kind of providing them a way to get into the business community? The fact that the business is interacting with your Facebook and the students interacting with your Facebook allows them to get a sense of each other before they leave?
Yeah, absolutely. If our students get on our Facebook and they see that somebody from the business world has been on the Facebook, left a comment, that's true.